and this is my pick to headline UFC 205. I don't think it's a question. Anthony Johnson should fight for the light heavyweight title in the main event of UFC 205 against Daniel Cormier. I don't care if John Jones' suspension will be lessened. I don't care if Dana White wants to see John Jones against Anthony Johnson. You could if Rumble beats Cormier and then John Jones comes back. That fight can happen. It just doesn't have to happen now.
Right,
mostly because we don't know when Jones is coming back.
Yeah, I think MSG has got to be headlined by a heavyweight, or not a heavyweight, sorry, used to wrestling, by a title fight.
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be a title on the line to punctuate how important this is to the UFC getting into MSG.
Because this is it. And I said this before UFC 200. Cormier-Jones was the best possible fight, period. Like from a skill set, from a talent standpoint, from anything that they could put together. Jones-Cormier. Jones blows it at UFC 200. And I don't care if he's going to get off on this USADA suspension because of a possible defense. Like, there's so much stuff swirling about it. He says he's waiting good news. Dana White thinks he's going to get off. He said the guy's got 13 lives. You can't reward Jones for screwing up your UFC 200 main event, which essentially he did.
Yeah.
And everyone tore into him.
Especially when you're at that thing, no matter what you do, you got to know what you're putting in, whatever happened.
Tainted supplement be damned.
But still, you got to know. You have to have an idea of what you put in your body, especially when you're John Jones.
Yeah, come on, man. I think Jones is the greatest of all time. But this is the fight. Rumble, Cormier, MSG. There's no substitute. Ronda Rousey's not happening because she's not coming back.
I agreed with you until about 13 minutes ago, I believe it was.
It's just I don't see when Rousey's going to come back.
That's not.
It's just Conor McGregor. He's got a technically a medical suspension until October until he's cleared, and it's just too much of a crazy turnaround. New York's don't burn out. I just feel like that's too quick of a turnaround for a guy who's been through 2 wars.
Yeah, there's no reason to push that because people are going to wait to see Conor McGregor.
And you had Aldo in December, and I know it was 13 seconds, but still, you've had these training camps where he's gotten hurt, and it's just I think he needs to relax for a little bit. Brock Lesnar, not going to happen.
No,
USADA suspension will not make that happen.
He can't run in from the back or something.
I mean, he just headlined at Barclays. He doesn't need to go to MSG for a little
he's
while.
throwing better elbows these days.
Yeah, right. Jones, we mentioned, not going to happen. Yep. GSP, no.
I don't want
USADA restrictions don't allow him to fight until December 10th.
Wait a minute. You mean they're not going to waive the restrictions for GSP and they did for Lesnar?
He did not want it. Also, by the way, December 10th is a UFC pay-per-view in December in Toronto, Canada. If you do the math,
Sean,
that. Carry the one. GSP will be headlining that card, probably against Tyron Woodley. I said it on Twitter as soon as I saw that. I'm like, yeah, GSP is going to headline the Canadian card. That's why he went into stuff on August 10th. Mm-hmm. So 4 months from now, in December, that's where it goes.
Imagine that.
Stipe Miocic, 203 in Cleveland. It's too quickly for a turnaround for the heavyweight champion. Michael Bisping in our favorite fight of the year.
Stan Henderson matchup
at UFC 204. So that leaves us with Cruz against Garbrandt, maybe?
Oh, make it happen.
Cruz Dillashaw?
Oh, Cruz Garbrandt. Until 10 minutes ago, I was on board with Rumble.
Now
I'm not.
This is what I think should co-headline, and I hope they have the guts to do it. Joanna Jędrzejczyk and Karolina Kowalkiewicz, the all-Polish strawweight beatdown that's going to happen at 115, because that would be amazing.
And then the announcer's trying to say the name.
Oh, boy, Goldberg stumbled over that one a couple of times. Aldo, who is he going to fight? Because he already beat Edgar, and Edgar was the fight in MSG. Mm-hmm. In the shadow across the river is New Jersey. That's not going to happen. Is it Max Holloway after beating Lamas?
Yeah, but he wants to fight in Hawaii, right?
Yeah, he's still dreaming of a the volcanoes.
Yeah.
In the backdrop.
Hey, that wouldn't be that bad of a matchup to kind of be on the card, but it's not a headliner. No,
that's the it's not an insult to these guys.
No, by no means.
It's Madison Square Garden. Yeah. This is the UFC's. We're thinking,
and now that I think about it, I don't think you headline with Garbrandt and Cruz, although it'll be a great fight. Mm-hmm. I think you got to go with two guys that have headlined cards before, and that would be Cormier Johnson.
The problem is the guy who's perfect for this is Chris Weidman. He's hurt, and Luke Rockhold is not the champion anymore. Michael Bisping is. And Bisping is fighting over in England the month before, so you're not going to get the Weidman title fight for that.
Maybe
so it's
Weidman
Rumble Cormier.
Return, but not headlining.
I mean, the person that we did not talk about is Amanda Nunes. She could be on this card.
Yeah, I think on, but I don't know if you headline. I mean,
if you got to have Nunes headline against Juliana Pena?
That's what I'm saying. I just don't know that the matchup there isn't.
It just doesn't work.
Nothing really
what they want
throws it out to you for being the first card at MSG. That is the problem they're having.
Yes, and who would have thought they would have all of these options that are closed off? Who would have thought?
Well, because the way they schedule, though, we talk about it all the time. They do there's a fight every week.
Literally, there's a fight every week for the next 6 weeks.
It's just, I mean, I understand, but is there ever a time of oversaturating?
Well, we'll find out because football season's coming, and this is the time where we get to see how the ratings stick on Saturday nights against college football, how it all works. Because
I can tell you now, them prices, I can go watch college football a lot cheaper than I can watch a UFC pay-per-view, so you better make it worth my money.
Absolutely. And that MSG card, I'm going to be very interested to see what they do with the main event and how the ticket prices go. Because Madison Square Garden, I can tell you from experience, it's very inflated to begin with. 205, they bill this as an amazing card, and it does not live up to the hype. You're going to see a lot of empty seats in the Garden, and that's not going to be a good look.
Yep.
I mean, you might see more empty seats than there are at Knick games. Trust me. There have been a lot of empty seats the past couple of years.
Not good.